live on the YouTube. Day two is in the books. In the When I say day two, it's more like day sixth of the Patrick Frazee trial. It is day two, though, of them calling witnesses. And today we went through a number of witnesses. We're going to go through those witnesses, through those testimonies, kind of tell you what they were, what is important about them, why some of them are really just formalities. So they had witnesses today from Cheryl Barrett, Clint Barrett, um, Sebring from Doss. I think his name's Raymond Sebring from the Doss employee, an INT employee, a Safeway employee, and a neighbor. And so there was a number of witnesses today that were doing something to it's more of laying foundation. Like, none of the witnesses today like gave some dropping damning information about Patrick, or pointed towards any more guilt than we already knew. A lot of the things that came out from the witnesses we already knew about because of the pre-trial testimonies from Greg Slater and Christopher Adams. These were the affidavits that came out that talked about the Doss employee having a text message from Kelsey, or from a text message he thought was from Kelsey. But now, today, they even laid they some specific questions that they asked him about the text messages. Was it normal? Was there anything out of the ordinary? And the fact that some of the text messages didn't have some emojis in them, he was like, well, this wasn't really normal, because Kelsey used a lot of emojis when she would text me, or this, that, and the other. And so there were some things where, like, the text messages they believe actually came from Patrick to, or from KK to the Doss employee. That you think Patrick's going down, that's why he's twitching. He absolutely could be going down right now. As far as all of us are concerned, a lot of the information that's coming out is stuff that we really have already they really have already told us. This is information that most of us have heard before. We're just now hearing. We're just now hearing the information come from the actual witnesses, and that's really the biggest thing that has, you know, that's new, is this is now coming firsthand from the witnesses. Most of the information we knew about. I mean, we knew about the text message to the Doss employee. Who was on the stand today? I ran through a list of them. The mom, the brother, the Doss co-worker, the INT bank, Safeway, neighbor, cops. That's who were on the stand today. And so tomorrow it's going to be more cops. Thursday, see, tomorrow's Wednesday, tomorrow's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is, I think, when they're going to slide in the blondie. And so I think at that point is when what they're doing now is they're laying the foundation for all the information we've had. They verified it was Kelsey. You know, like, we've all been looking at the Safeway video knowing it's Kelsey, right? But now they had to come in and lay foundation for that video, and that means they have to get a Safeway employee. Safeway employee went up, yes, this is the date it was recorded, yes, this is how we got it, yes, this is how we got the information to get there. They used her Safeway club to get the information so that they could then narrow the time frame of when she was at Safeway. Different things like that came out today. Let's see. New York. Well, we'll see. I mean, I anticipate KK's testimony pretty much matching up with what she has said to law enforcement and the DA. The DA is going to ask her questions surrounding yeah, so they talked about that. Patrick went and he used the excuse it was for like a child custody thing. So he went in and went to the bank to get pictures of him at the bank, and he told the bank employees that it was for a child custody hearing and different thing. She has not been, no, KK has not been in the courtroom, not yet, except for her hearing. She hasn't been spotted in Cripple Creek. But I do think that, well, no, I'm 100% sure she's in Colorado. I'm pretty sure she's staying down in West Colorado Springs and will be testifying on Wednesday or Thursday. The INT employee, thank you, Marie. I don't have Super Chat, but you can always donate directly to my PayPal if you want to do that, but you don't have to do that. That's up to you. My PayPal is, someone will put my PayPal up eventually. If you can't get it, I'll, whatever, message me on Facebook. The INT employee testified and she said some things. She was like, all he wanted was the video of him at the drive-thru. This is the video that they use showing him and the black tote. Is it true someone is recording the sound in trial and playing on YouTube? I don't mean you. It's someone else. Just wondering. I don't know. Send me a link if you find that. That would be interesting to listen to. I have heard some audio from the trial, so I wouldn't doubt that someone is recording everything. The audio I heard, no, it wouldn't. It's not allowed. They're not supposed to be recording anything, but there are people in there that are breaking the decorum. That I'm 100% sure of. That there are people breaking decorum, both news media, public, other people. Any info about the aunt that was with KK in one of the occasions that she fell to murder KB? That I do believe that aunt is going to be called forward and she's going to have to testify. I believe that will come after or around KK's testimony. And so I believe they'll use that either to set up KK's testimony or it'll be after KK's testimony. Courtroom was full again today. Lots of people, lots of news media. Patrick was in his Western garb. Here's something I talked about on Facebook. The jurors are very much watching Patrick Frazee. They are keeping their eyes out on him. They are watching how he's reacting to these testimonies. We got a lot of testimonies still to come. Mary Longmire, who interviewed Patrick, is going to testify. There's going to be a lot more testimonies to come. But when what these jurors are doing is watching how he's reacting to the individual testimonies of these people, and I think that's going to play on how they think. If Patrick gives too much away in his demeanor, it could be yeah, they're definitely watching him. And if he gives too much away, it could be the death of him. Well, maybe not the death of him, but the life of him. Let me see what else is coming here. Talking about who brings their aunt to commit. We've been reading up on a bunch of the info about the new witnesses, and there's a couple of new witnesses that have just been added to the witness list. We don't have their names, but I do think that list is going to become available in the next couple of days. There is a witness from the Sonic who's going to have to verify. I'm sure they can. The Sonic employee is going to testify to the foundation of the Sonic video of KK at the Sonic. I want to know more about Erin Frazee and why she hired an attorney. She hired an attorney because she's crazy. Erin Frazee is as crazy as Patrick Frazee. Erin could be involved in this thing. That woman filed some false charges against. She tried to file assault charges on me. You can watch that video. It's on my Facebook. I got pulled out of a car because of Erin Frazee. She's a crazy woman. I'm trying to read y'all comments. What's up, Miss Carol? Yes. That is his sister. The aunt's gonna, KK's aunt will have to testify. Hi, Miss Jenny Anderson. Did the DOS employee testify today? Yes. Sebring, Raymond Sebring, testified about the text messages he received that he assumed were from Kelsey. But he added a few things in his testimony today that where he talks about how the punctuation was different, how Kelsey had a tendency to text with emojis, and in this text message, in the text messages he received or exchanged with who he thought was Kelsey, they weren't using any emojis and stuff like that. Any word if Omar will be called to the stand. Well, Omar has refused to testify unless they offer her immunity. So at this point, I don't think they had offered her immunity because they hadn't charged her with anything. My rats always take good notes. Do you think he'll be found guilty based off what we know now? I think he's going to be found guilty of something. I think for sure he's going to be found guilty of solicitation to commit murder. He's been charged with 3 counts of that. I am not 100% sure. You know, I haven't. The problem is what is reasonable doubt? If someone, is there reasonable doubt that KK could have done this? They haven't talked about the hitman yet. They haven't had that called that witness. There is a witness that is going to talk about that, and so I have a I have a feeling. Well, the something else. A jailhouse snitch witness is going to play in this trial. There's a witness that's on the witness list who's a jailhouse snitch supposedly. And so it'll be interesting to see. Patrick's been in there a whole year. Do you think he hadn't talked about this with anyone? And so there is someone that is going to testify. Now, many of you know that I spent the night in jail with Patrick Frazee back in January of 2018, and me and Patrick had some contact. He did not spill the beans to me for sure about what he had or hadn't done, but there will be someone that has spent some time with him that may have gotten more out of him than Dad with the phone could have. And so that'll be interesting to hear. The year has gone by fast, by super fast. I bet he'll be singing like a canary. Right now, they planned about 4 weeks for this thing, but we're moving through, and if they continue to move through, if I didn't get it, we're moving through these witnesses, and I'm anticipating to see quite a few cops being called to the stand. People have asked, do you think Patrick will come to the stand? I don't know. If he's going to come to the stand, he better tell the truth. But as far as the witnesses today, most of the witnessing that went on today wasn't around like pointing at Patrick. It was more around the situation, his whereabouts, the things he had done, the text messages from Kelsey to the employer. Most of these, the most significant maybe had been the brother, because he testifies about finding the blood on the toilet, when he found the blood, what they did when they found the blood. They called the cops. The cops said, get out of the apartment. We'll come over. And that's when all of a sudden CBI comes back for, and, well, what he was talking about with the money about Patrick's dad was because Aaron Frazee contacted Kelsey to try to get dirt on Patrick. This is what the brother was talking about. Now, they speculated, they didn't know for sure, but they speculated that the reason Aaron was trying to get dirt on Patrick was because of some sort of foul play, something foul with when his dad passed away. And a lot of us have talked about this. His dad died, but there is very little information about how, when, where, and all of that stuff. And so the question would be, did his dad die or was his dad killed? Aaron's a lawyer, or Aaron herself? No, Aaron is not a lawyer. Aaron is a government contractor. They need to investigate that also. Yeah, they do. It'll be interesting to see what happens. The problem, Kathy, is that they can't crucify her on the stand because she's not on the stand on trial. And you can't go after a witness on the stand. They can, probably play a few, shady deals to try to trick her up or whatever. But they can't just like attack her. They can't just, say, well, did you do it? Because she's not on trial. They're going to have to ask and frame their questions around what did Patrick do? What did you see Patrick do? What did he tell you he did? They're not going to be able to go after her in a just a straight out like she's a criminal because she is protected as a witness. They can ask KK questions about what she states on the stand. Yeah, they'll be able to, like when she tells the story, they'll be able to ask questions about that. They may be able to try to trip her up. If in fact, let's just say for hypothetical purposes, Patrick has told his attorney something that you and I don't know. Like, that's what the attorneys want. They want to know something that no one else knows that's going to help Patrick. And so if Patrick was able to somehow say, hey, ask this bitch about this, or ask her about that coffee again, because she poisoned her. And that's where it all started. That's why I was texting her to come clean up this mess, because she had poisoned her, right? There's 100 ways Patrick could have twisted it. But if Patrick has a piece of evidence or a piece of information that can trip up KK and he gives that to his defense attorneys, then yeah, I think they may be able to catch her doing something crazy up there. But other than that, if he hasn't told them anything, if he hasn't given them any information, then the cross-examination is not going to be this Perry Mason cross-examination. It's going to be, it's going to have to focus around what she says. So hopefully there is this, hopefully at some point Patrick tells the truth, because whether he's telling the truth because he's innocent of murder or he's trying to tell the truth to get something more on KK will be, it's this, there's this weird thing because KK did a lot of shit. She did a lot of stuff to make this thing go down. And the problem is that they're not going to prosecute her. She's not going to go to jail for any crazy length of time. And so, Michael, what's your PayPal? What is my PayPal? Michael Dalton, the number 2 at mac.com. Someone can write it in here. Michael Dalton, the number 2 at mac.com. And it'll come back WDP. You are so right. He gives us the best information and explains it to us in plain English. Oh, there you go. Thanks, BJ. So yeah, he did lie to the police. That's something that came out. It's information we've heard before, but today they played the audio recording, about a 15-minute call of when Patrick talked to the cops. He didn't know he was being recorded. I was listening to Sam and switched to Dad, aka Walt, Breaking Bad. Well, Is Sam still live? Is Sam on a live video right now? KOAA live. Is it actually? Am I right now in the middle of the live broadcast? Let's see, who else testified today? Safeway employee testified to the video. The INT employee talked about Patrick coming in to get video. The DOS employee talks about the text messages he received. super close. I live super close to where Kelsey lived. I did not know Patrick Frazee before this trial. I have spoken with people and know I have friends that went to high school with Patrick, went to middle school with Patrick. There are friends that I am close with that knew Patrick, partied with Patrick. I did not. I didn't grow up in Woodland Park. I've only been in Woodland Park about 13 years. So I didn't grow up here. But I have a lot of friends who knew Patrick, who partied with Patrick. I've actually done a couple of live phone calls with people who knew Patrick, who had partied with Patrick, who'd rodeoed with Patrick. And so, but I didn't know Patrick, and I didn't know Kelsey before this thing. Even though she lived right up the street from me, I didn't know her. I may had seen her at the park close to her house. She looked familiar, like the pictures, but that only came about after I had seen pictures of her, so it wasn't like I knew who she was. Thanks for tuning in from California. And so that's how I got involved, because of that. What's Sam's channel called on YouTube? I have no clue. I don't even, is Sam on YouTube right now? This is the first time I've heard about Sam's live video. I'm going to have to go check out Sam's report. It was a Facebook Live. Oh, I got you. So if he's on Facebook, he's on Sam Kramer TV. No, he was live on Facebook. Sam Kramer TV on Facebook, or it could be Sam KOAA. Look to be at home. Well, there you go. Sam did a live from his house. What? He's competing with Dad with the phone now. Sam with the phone. Oh, that is awesome. I'm going to have to go watch his live video. He doesn't do a lot of lives. No, he's on channel 5. KOAA channel 5. Let's see what if there was anything that was just jaw-dropping today. Not a lot of new information today. Most of the information was information we had heard. It just came straight from the sources. So, like from the sources which we had already heard, just like the cops' affidavit talking about all these things. We're going to hear, let's see. We heard a little bit from the police about the phones. We're going to hear more about the phone information tomorrow. A lot about the phone pings. When you get a chance, check your email. What should I check in my email? Which email? You're live. Oh, you said I meant PayPal. There you go. Oh, I thought you sent something to my PayPal. Or I thought you sent something to my email. Well, if you sent something to my PayPal, I should be getting info right now. It should pop up on my phone. It should say, PayPal. Hopefully you send it to the right one. Someone else can be getting info. What is Dad's PayPal if you have it? Somebody needs to put that up. Everybody keeps asking for my PayPal. I don't think I can actually do my own chat. It's Michael, MICHAELDALTON, the number 2 at mac.com. Yeah, somebody should put my PayPal up. Write that out now, Miss Marion. I just spelled it out for you. Hit the thumbs up, please. Crystal, aka Beaver Gaming, sub Crystal. Ooh, my wife is home. Mrs. Underground just walked in. Anyway, what else do we have? I'm trying to think. Most of the info, Cheryl kind of just did the she recapped what she had talked about a little bit, and then she talked about when they came down here, what happened. You know, a lot of people were like, a lot of the rumors were like the pictures were face down in the house. And Cheryl Barrett testified today that in fact she was the one who put those pictures face down in the house.
Hey.
Oh my!
Face down in the house.
All my girls just walked in.
Got back from dance.
What, did you just have dance class?
Yep. Hey, I did too.
Yeah. You had dance class too? I love you too. I love you too, Isley.
My sister's here.
Little jealousy going on right as the girls get in.
Ella, come see your dad.
Ella, you gonna say hi to everybody? You're out of here.
Hi. Bye.
There you go. The Dalton girls walked in. Well, I just hit 30 minutes, so we'll cut that off with y'all getting to see the girls. Thanks for watching Dad with a Phone. Yes, over the Roberts estate, Lucky Lou. That's what we were talking about. Over the dad's estate. And that testimony actually came from Kelsey's brother. Kelsey's brother is the one who talked about that that phone call trying to find dirt on Patrick. And so, boom, Shannon just put up there no spaces. But yes, Michael Dalton 2 at mac.com, not come, but yeah, that works too. You are the best. Thanks for watching. Boom. We'll talk to you guys later as we get more info, as the info continues to come in, as the trial continues to happen. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you got questions, we'll try to answer them as we keep going. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Shannon, for putting that up anyway, though. Thank you for putting it up anyway, even if you spelt it wrong. We'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to go love on my children's. How do I get out of here? X this one out.